The 1970s may not be remembered for the wild horsepower of the 60s, but some legendary muscle cars still slipped through the cracks. These underrated rides, often overshadowed by their faster predecessors, are now the perfect starting point for unforgettable builds, proving that performance was far from dead in the 70s. Number 15, 1973 Chevrolet Corvette L82. The 1973 Chevrolet Corvette L82 is a legendary muscle car that's often overlooked, but its impact on the muscle car scene cannot be denied. It's a car that combines performance and innovation, earning a rightful place among the greats of its era. Right from the start, the Corvette's design was built to turn heads. The long, flowing lines and wide stance give it an unmistakable presence. But it's not just about looking good. The new flexible urethane front bumper stretched the car's length by 3 inches, helping it absorb minor impacts while maintaining that aggressive profile. At the back, a crucial update was made. The once removable rear window was now fixed, improving aerodynamics and reducing wind turbulence, making for a smoother ride. What really sets this Corvette apart, however, is its focus on a refined driving experience. Unlike many muscle cars that prioritize raw power over comfort, the L82 was engineered for a smoother, more controlled ride. Rubber body mounts reduce noise and vibration, ensuring a quieter experience at high speeds. Steel-belted radial tires offered better grip, and the optional lightweight cast aluminum wheels shaved off 35 pounds, enhancing performance without sacrificing comfort. Inside, the L82 continued to impress with thoughtful features designed for the driver. The cabin was quieter, thanks to improved sound insulation, and the dashboard was laid out with driver-focused precision, making every control easy to reach. Even the ducted hood, designed to feed cool air to the engine, had a purpose. It helped boost performance, ensuring the Corvette was more than just a pretty face. In terms of performance, the L82 boasted a 350 cubic inch V8 engine, producing 250 horsepower. While slightly less powerful than its predecessors, it made up for it with smooth acceleration and a more refined driving experience. Paired with a 4-speed manual transmission, the L82 offered a performance that was thrilling yet balanced. The 1973 Chevrolet Corvette L82 is a muscle car legend, not for its brute force, but for its combination of style, performance, and innovation, earning it a place in the hearts of muscle car enthusiasts everywhere. Number 14, 1971 Chevrolet Camaro Z28. When it comes to muscle cars that defined an era, the 1971 Chevrolet Camaro Z28 is a name that deserves more attention. This car was not just built for speed, it was crafted to make a statement, and it did so with precision and style, making it a true legend of the muscle car world. Right from the start, the Z28's aggressive stance makes it clear this is no ordinary Camaro. The 15-inch polished aluminum weld wheels, paired with staggered Mickey Thompson tires, not only enhance its performance, but also give it an unmistakable road presence. The split front bumper, raised hood, and rear spoiler adds to its bold look, while the Z28 badges let you know this is the real deal. Designed for those who want more than just a fast car. The stunning copper-brown pearl metallic paint, combined with white pearl stripes, elevates the Camaro Z28 from a car to a rolling work of art. The flawless paint job gleams in the sunlight, and the smoothness of the stripes, which blend with the bodywork, is a testament to the quality of craftsmanship. Every inch of the body was carefully aligned, with the chrome trim door handles and taillights, giving the car a showroom fresh finish. Even the door jambs were treated with the same attention to detail. Inside, the Z28 takes things up a notch with a brand new interior that blends luxury with muscle. The original Camaro seats have been reupholstered in genuine leather, making the interior both comfortable and stylish. Every part of the cabin, from the dashboard to the floor mats, is fresh and new, while the upgraded instrument panel features electric carbon fiber gauges and a GPS speedometer. The deluxe steering wheel, tilt steering column, and a high-end stereo system with Bluetooth and subwoofers complete the modern upgrades, ensuring the Camaro isn't just fast, but also packed with features. The 1971 Chevrolet Camaro Z28 isn't just legendary for its power. It's a masterpiece that combines performance with design, This car wasn't just about speed, it was about crafting a perfect muscle car that still holds its place in history. Want to know more about legendary cars of the 70s? Stay tuned with us until the video ends, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Number 13, 1973 Buick Grand Sport 455, Stage 1. The 1973 Buick Grand Sport Stage 1 Sun Coupe is a muscle car that flew under the radar, yet left a lasting impression. It was one of the last of its kind before the industry had to bow to stricter regulations, and it combined raw performance with a unique luxury touch that made it truly legendary. What set the Grand Sport Stage 1 apart was its bold styling and exclusive features. The colonnade body design was hard to miss, with its sculpted fenders, aggressive stance, and factory-installed electric retractable sunroof, something you didn't see on many muscle cars at the time. The paint was offered in striking colors like harvest gold, and with factory-correct striping and decals, the Grand Sport looked every bit the part of a high-performance machine. The black vinyl roof gave it a unique contrast against the body, adding to its muscular yet refined appeal. Built on the mid-sized Century platform, the Grand Sport was made to stand out. With the Stage 1 package, it packed serious power thanks to the 455 cubic inch V8 engine. This wasn't just any engine, it had special camshafts, larger valves, and a high-performance carburetor, pushing out 270 net horsepower. You could choose between a 3-speed automatic or the ultra-rare 4-speed manual transmission for even more control over the road. Despite being heavier than its predecessor due to safety reinforcements, the Grand Sport Stage 1 didn't lose its edge. It could still tear through a quarter mile in under 16 seconds. And with a 0 to 60 time in the 8-second range, it was more than capable of holding its own against other muscle cars. With only 728 produced with the Stage 1 package, and even fewer with the retractable sunroof, this car was rare in both form and function. The 1973 Buick Grand Sport Stage 1 Sun Coupe is a legendary muscle car that blended performance and luxury like few others, earning its place in history as one of the most unique and memorable of its time. Number 12, 1971 Pontiac GT37. The Pontiac GT37 may not be the first name that comes to mind when you think of Pontiac's muscle, but this underrated powerhouse deserves more recognition. Often overshadowed by the GTO and Trans Am, the GT37 quietly carved its own legendary status, offering the same thrilling performance and Pontiac attitude without the steep price tag. Introduced in the mid-70s, the GT37 was built on the T37 hardtop coupe, which replaced the entry-level Tempest. Pontiac aimed to create an affordable performance car that could deliver raw power without the cost of the iconic GTO. The result was a no-frills muscle car that didn't compromise on the things that mattered: style, power, and an aggressive street presence. With rally stripes, commemorative badging, GTO-style dual exhausts, and locking hood pins, the GT37 turned heads wherever it went. Vintage rally wheels completed the package, giving it that unmistakable muscle car look. The base model of the GT37 came with a 350 cubic inch V8 engine, producing 255 horsepower and 355 pound-feet of torque. For those looking for a little extra, Pontiac offered a 400 cubic inch V8 with a 2-barrel carburetor, pushing 265 horsepower and 397 pound-feet of torque. The L78 version of this engine, equipped with a 4-barrel carburetor and improved heads, bumped the power to 330 horsepower and 445 pound-feet of torque. As the years went on, Pontiac didn't hold back. By 1971, the GT37 lineup saw even bigger engines. The L75, a 455 cubic inch V8, delivered 325 horsepower and 455 pound-feet of torque. For the ultimate performance, the high-output 455 cubic inch engine cranked out 335 horsepower and 480 pound-feet of torque. Transmission options included a 3-speed manual as standard, with multiple 4-speed manuals and automatics available to suit every driver's preference. The Pontiac GT37 may have flown under the radar, but it was a true muscle car at its core, offering power, style, and attitude without the high price tag. It's a legend in its own right. Number 11, 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle SS 454. The 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle SS 454 is a muscle car that truly deserves a place in automotive legend. It wasn't just a car, it was a force to be reckoned with, perfectly capturing the raw power and stunning design of the era. With a balance of aggression and refinement, it became one of the most iconic muscle cars ever built. The Chevelle SS had a road presence that was impossible to ignore. Its low, wide stance, supported by F70/14 tires, gave it a muscular and aggressive look, while the well-defined body lines enhanced its powerful aura. Whether in coupe or convertible form, the Chevelle SS looked fast, even when stationary. Its design wasn't just about appearance, it was about creating a legend, a car that demanded attention with every inch. At the front, the distinctive split grille, paired with dual headlights, gave the Chevelle SS its commanding face. The sharp lines were perfectly executed, never too harsh and never too subtle. The domed hood added an extra layer of muscle to the design, but for those wanting a more dramatic effect, Chevrolet offered the cowl induction hood, which opened a flap near the windshield when the throttle was pressed, giving the car both function and style. The rear of the Chevelle SS was equally impressive. The taillights were cleanly integrated into a simple panel, while bold dorsal stripes gave the car a sportier, more aggressive look. The overall design was timeless, making it clear that the Chevelle SS was no ordinary muscle car. It was something legendary. Inside, Chevrolet didn't hold back on luxury or function. The redesigned dashboard featured well-placed gauges and controls that were not only stylish but easy to use, complementing the exterior's powerful image. Every detail was considered, making sure that the interior matched the Chevelle's impressive presence. And of course, the Chevelle SS didn't just look the part, it had the muscle to back it up. Powered by a 454 cubic inch V8 engine, producing 450 horsepower, this muscle car was built to perform. The 1970 Chevelle SS 454 is legendary for its perfect blend of style, power, and the unforgettable impact it left on the muscle car world. Number 10, 1970 to 1971, Plymouth Barracuda. If you ever wanted a car that screams muscle with a history to match, look no further than the Plymouth Barracuda. From its humble beginnings in 1964 to its glory years in the early 70s, this car cemented itself as a true legend. While it may not be as famous as the Ford Mustang or Chevrolet Camaro, the Barracuda earned its place in the Muscle Car Hall of Fame. Let's start with the Cuda's real magic, the engine. In 1970, Plymouth introduced a monster, a 439 cubic inch engine that delivered a jaw-dropping 390 horsepower. This wasn't just an upgrade, it was a game changer. And the Hemi version? With a 7-liter block pushing 425 horsepower, the Hemi Cuda could reach 60 miles per hour in just 5.6 seconds. Talk about muscle. The price was steep and insurance premiums went through the roof, so only a few hundred of these bad boys were made. What made them even rarer? Each one had unique trims, colors, and transmissions, making them the ultimate collector's item. In fact, it's said that only about a dozen convertibles came with that powerful Hemi setup. In the muscle car wars of the late 60s and early 70s, Ford had a head start with the Mustang, and GM wasn't far behind with the Camaro and Firebird. Chrysler, however, didn't rush. They took their time but nailed it with the Barracuda and the Challenger in 1970, just as the muscle car craze was winding down. It might have been better late than never, but when the Barracuda hit the streets, it proved it was no slouch. Now, here's a twist. Many argue that the Barracuda wasn't just a pony car, but a full-fledged muscle car. With its 440 V8 engine, it delivered tons of torque and over 300 horsepower, making it a true contender in the muscle car game. The Barracuda's styling was a game changer too. It wasn't just about power, it was about presence. The aggressive stance, the Coke bottle curves, and the bold design made sure this car turned heads. Sure, the interior had its quirks, but who cared when the performance and looks were on point? In 1970, Plymouth sold nearly 49,000 Barracudas. By 1971, production dropped dramatically to just 16,492. It was a sign that the muscle car era was winding down. Still, the Cuda went out with a bang, securing its place as a legend in automotive history. Number 9, 1970 Plymouth Hemi Superbird. When you think of legendary muscle cars, one name that might not immediately come to mind is the Plymouth Hemi Superbird. But make no mistake, this car is every bit as legendary as the more popular names in the muscle car world. A true product of necessity, the Hemi Superbird was born out of competition and desperation, but became a symbol of power and performance. In 1970, Plymouth had a mission: bring Richard Petty back into the fold after he defected to Ford. To do that, they needed something truly special for NASCAR. The Superbird was the answer, and it wasn't just a race car, it was also a street monster. The Superbird was equipped with a 427 cubic inch V8, capable of producing 425 horsepower and an earth-shattering 490 pound-feet of torque. This wasn't just a car for the racetrack, it was ready to tear up the streets too. The Plymouth Hemi Superbird was built for speed, with a 0 to 60 time of just 4.8 seconds and a quarter-mile run in 13.5 seconds at 105 miles per hour. These performance figures were enough to put many other muscle cars to shame, and they easily earned their place in the Muscle Car Hall of Fame. One of the most interesting aspects of the Superbird is its distinct appearance. From its high rear wing to its pointed nose, it was built for aerodynamics and speed. But when it hit the streets, it was hard not to notice. With only 135 Hemi-powered Superbirds made, it became a rare find for any muscle car enthusiast. And while the Superbird wasn't necessarily a car you'd see cruising down every street, it left a lasting impact on both the racing world and muscle car culture. Built with purpose but also delivering serious style and power, the Plymouth Hemi Superbird is an undeniable legend. Despite its limited production, it made a huge impact on both the NASCAR circuit and the streets, proving that sometimes necessity breeds legendary cars. Number 8, 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle LS6. The 1970 Chevrolet Chevelle LS6 is the muscle car that defined an era of raw power and performance. This legendary machine wasn't just about looks, it was built to dominate. With a 454 cubic inch V8 engine delivering 450 horsepower and a jaw-dropping 500 pound-feet of torque, the Chevelle LS6 could go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 5.8 seconds, reaching a top speed of 108 miles per hour. It wasn't the most fuel-efficient ride, getting just 9 miles per gallon. But when you're focused on power, who cares about fuel economy? What makes the Chevelle LS6 truly legendary? It was the pinnacle of Chevrolet's muscle car lineup, the absolute best of what the company had to offer. When General Motors approved larger engines for mid-size cars, Chevrolet went all in, and the result was the LS6, a performance machine that pushed the limits of what was possible at the time. It wasn't just a powerful engine, it was a well-engineered work of art. The LS6 featured a Holley 4-barrel carburetor, an aluminum intake manifold, and a forged aluminum piston setup, with a compression ratio of 11.25 to 1 and a cowl induction hood that funneled cool air into the engine. The car was set up for maximum power. It was made to tear up the road, and it did so with ease. Visually, the Chevelle received a bold redesign in the 70s. Gone were the rounded fenders from previous models, replaced with a more aggressive front end. The car's new design, complete with sharp body lines and rectangular parking lamps, gave it a menacing presence on the road. Inside, the updated dash combined sporty elements with a touch of class, making it just as impressive to sit in as it was to drive. But it wasn't just about looks. On the track, the LS6 regularly posted quarter-mile times under 14 seconds, reaching speeds of over 100 miles per hour. It left its competition in the dust. The Chevelle LS6 wasn't just fast, it was a living legend, and its place in automotive history is secure, forever symbolizing the peak of muscle car performance before the golden age came to an end. Number 7, 1974 Pontiac Ventura GTO. Amid the decline of the muscle car era in the early 1970s, Pontiac managed to give the world one last legendary GTO. The 1974 GTO may not have been the fastest of the line, but it cemented its place in history with a bold, unmistakable presence and a flair for design that has made it unforgettable. The special-ordered jet black color of this particular GTO was far from the norm for 1974, and it makes this car a standout. Only 5 were ordered in this shade. But what truly sets this one apart is the combination of the rare 4-speed transmission and a striking black and white tuxedo interior. This combination gave the GTO a unique edge, blending elegance with muscle. It's a car that demands attention, not just because of its rare color, but because of its presence, compact yet aggressive, with proportions that scream performance. The exterior of this GTO tells a story of meticulous care and restoration. The black paint gleams with a flawless, mirror-like finish, thanks to hundreds of hours spent block sanding every curve and line. The shaker hood, paired with the Pontiac 350 engine, brings a visual link to the car's high-performance ancestors, suggesting power even before you turn the key. The split grille with hidden headlamps, framed by NOS bezels, delivers a signature Pontiac look that's hard to mistake. Down the sides, the sculpted lines flow into a sharply creased rear quarter panel, giving the car a muscular stance that demands respect. Inside, the tuxedo bucket seats create a visual contrast that combines elegance with the raw attitude of the car. Custom carpets, in-dash tachometer, and rally gauges keep the performance theme alive, while every trim piece and switch was carefully restored to ensure perfection. This GTO may not have been the powerhouse of its predecessors, but its performance and style were undeniable. The 1974 Pontiac GTO is a legend not for its raw speed, but for how it encapsulates the essence of muscle car culture at a time when the world was changing. With its striking design and unique features, this GTO proved that Pontiac wasn't finished making an impact. Number 6, 1970, Ford Torino Cobra. In the 1970s, there was one muscle car that rose above the rest and earned a reputation that still holds strong today, the Ford Torino. This legendary vehicle was more than just a car. It was a symbol of raw performance and innovation. Named Motor Trend Car of the Year in 1970, the Torino was engineered to dominate, not just impress. What made the Torino legendary? It wasn't just its bold presence, though that was undeniable. This car was built for pure performance, and it was delivered in every way possible. Powered by a 429 cubic inch V8 engine, the Torino generated 375 horsepower and 490 pound-feet of torque, making it a force to be reckoned with. The car could hit 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 5.6 seconds and reach an incredible top speed of 152 miles per hour. Whether on the streets or the track, the Torino proved it was built for speed. But speed wasn't the only thing the Torino had going for it. It offered an engaging driving experience that put the driver in full control. With a 4-speed manual transmission and rear-wheel drive, the Torino gave you the power to own the road. Sure, it wasn't the most fuel-efficient, averaging just 10 miles per gallon, but when you're after performance, fuel economy takes a backseat. The Torino came in 2 powerful versions. The base model delivered 370 horsepower, while the Super Cobra Jet version ramped up the power to 375 horsepower and just under 500 pound-feet of torque, taking performance to an entirely new level. More than just power, the Torino featured aggressive styling and a new intermediate lineup for 1970. Its GT and Cobra trims stood out, capturing the attention of muscle car enthusiasts everywhere. With aggressive touches like exposed headlamps, a blackout hood, and rear window slats, the Torino looked every bit as serious as it performed. Add in features like a custom camshaft, rebuilt engine, and competition suspension, and you have a muscle car that earned its place in history as a legendary performer. The Ford Torino wasn't just another muscle car, it was a force that changed the game. Number 5, 1971 to 1973, Big Horse Ford Mustang. When you think of a legendary muscle car, the first-generation Ford Mustang likely comes to mind. But did you know that the 1971 to 1973 models, known as the Big Horse, are some of the most legendary Mustangs ever made? These cars took the classic pony car and turned it into a powerhouse, gaining as much as 800 pounds over the original, earning the nickname Clydesdale Mustang. This isn't just any pony, it's a big, muscular machine that made a huge impact. The standout of the Big Horse era was the 1971 model, which introduced a broader, more powerful presence. the 1971 Mustang grew in width to accommodate a massive 429 cubic inch Cobra Jet V8, which put out a staggering 375 horsepower. This engine made the 1971 Mustang one of the most powerful cars of its time. The fastback sports roof model, with its nearly horizontal roofline, was visually striking, making the Mustang feel more like an intermediate-sized car rather than a compact pony. Ford's ambition was clear, with 6 different models available, including the iconic Mach 1 and the rare Boss 351. Though the Boss 351 was a one-year wonder, the Mustang's appeal remained strong, with engine options ranging from a 250 cubic inch inline-6 to the mighty 429 V8. Despite the end of the muscle car era, the Big Horse Mustang remains a symbol of power, size, and aggressive performance, making it a legendary figure in muscle car history. Number 4, 1974 Buick Apollo GSX. You might not think of the 1974 Buick Apollo GSX when you hear the words muscle car, but it's a legend in its own right. This car wasn't built for raw, mind-blowing power, but rather for a balanced, refined performance that made it unforgettable. Powered by a 350 cubic inch V8 engine, the Apollo GSX delivered 175 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque. It wasn't a race car, but with a 3-speed manual transmission, it could still hit 60 miles per hour in 10.3 seconds and finish a quarter mile in 17.5 seconds, topping out at 119 miles per hour. It wasn't the quickest on the block, but it was smooth, reliable, and fun to drive. A muscle car that was more about driving enjoyment than blistering acceleration. What made the Apollo GSX legendary wasn't just the power, but its understated charm. With the GSX package, Buick focused on style rather than performance upgrades. The car featured clean, timeless lines similar to the Chevrolet Nova, with subtle side stripes and a GSX decal that gave it a sporty edge without being flashy. It wasn't about loud design or aggressive looks, but more about presenting a confident stance and classic style that would turn heads in a more refined way. The 1974 model was significant, as it marked the last year the Apollo was available as a 2-door model, adding to its nostalgic appeal for fans of the car. It wasn't the fastest or the flashiest muscle car, but its simplicity and elegance made it stand out. The GSX package added just enough flair, making the Apollo GSX a car that captured the essence of the era. With its thoughtful features like a comfortable cabin, variable ratio power steering, and options for climate control, the Apollo GSX was a practical yet stylish ride. It wasn't about competing with the fastest muscle cars. It was about offering a refined, unforgettable driving experience. Number 3, 1970 Plymouth Cuda 440+6. When it comes to muscle cars, the 1970 Plymouth Cuda 440+6 stands out as a true legend, demanding attention with every turn of the wheel. Finished in the iconic plum-crazy purple, this muscle car is unforgettable, not just for its color, but for its pure performance. At the heart of the Cuda lies a 440 cubic inch engine, equipped with a 6-pack carburetor system that delivers an impressive 390 horsepower. This is paired with a 4-speed manual transmission and the renowned pistol grip shifter, offering a driving experience built for excitement and pure power on the road. But this Cuda isn't just any muscle car. It's a meticulously restored classic that's taken home numerous Best of Show awards and graced the pages of top automotive magazines like Mopar Action and Collector's Guide. It comes with its original broadcast sheet and a detailed inspection report from expert Dave Wise, confirming its status as a top-tier collector's item. In 1970, Plymouth offered a variety of engines, but the 446, with its 6-pack carburetor, stood out as one of the most potent choices, while the 383 cubic inch V8 and the legendary 426 Hemi were also available. The 440+6 delivered exceptional power and performance, making it the go-to option for muscle car enthusiasts. This particular Cuda is one of only 548 convertibles ever made in 1970, adding a rare touch to its already legendary status. It also features black vinyl bucket seats, a classic wood-rimmed steering wheel, and a Hearst pistol grip shifter, details that make it a true symbol of muscle car culture. With only 800 miles on the odometer after restoration, this CUDA is a thrilling reminder of what makes muscle cars truly legendary. Number 2, 1971 Pontiac GTO Judge. The 1971 Pontiac GTO Judge is a muscle car that earned its place in history, not just for its performance, but for its bold, no-compromise design. It was a statement on wheels, a car that screamed power and style, and is still remembered as a legendary piece of Pontiac's racing legacy. Starting at the rear, the GTO Judge makes an impact with its massive 60-inch spoiler. This wasn't just a visual touch. It helped improve high-speed stability, giving the car a grounded, race-ready look. Below the spoiler, the rear end was designed with a muscular simplicity, making sure the Judge commanded attention from every angle. Wrapped in white letter tires and set on Rally 2 wheels, the Judge was ready to show off whether it was moving or standing still. Up front, the Judge flaunts its new blacked-out grille and sharp, aggressive headlight placement, further enhancing the car's performance-oriented design. The redesigned hood scoops are not just for looks. They reinforce the Judge's powerful stance, promising speed and precision with every rev. Bold body stripes run down the sides, making sure no one misses the chance to admire this muscle car as it tears down the street. Inside, the Judge wasn't just about raw performance. It was about sophistication and practicality too. The dashboard was straightforward and functional, featuring a rally gauge cluster that kept the driver informed at a glance. Optional upgrades, such as an 8-track stereo tape player or a hood-mounted tachometer, allowed drivers to personalize their ride. Little details like the soft gray glass and stylish wheel opening moldings gave the interior a refined touch that matched its powerful exterior. But a muscle car's legacy isn't built on looks alone. It's about raw power. The Judge's 455 cubic inch HO engine produced 335 horsepower and 480 pound-feet of torque. Paired with the Muncie 3-speed manual transmission, it gave drivers full control over the Judge's legendary performance, making every shift feel commanding. The 1971 Pontiac GTO Judge marked the end of an era with only a small number of hardtops and convertibles ever built. But its legacy lives on as a true legend, one that left a lasting mark on the muscle car world. Number 1, 1970 Dodge Challenger RT Convertible. The 1970 Dodge Challenger RT Convertible is a muscle car that has earned its place in automotive legend. This rare and powerful machine, built with a 426 cubic inch Hemi V8 engine, delivers 425 horsepower and 490 pound-feet of torque. Its uniqueness is highlighted by the fact that only 5 of these Challengers were ever made with a 4-speed manual transmission paired with the legendary Hemi engine, which makes this model not just a muscle car, but a collector's dream. In 2019, it fetched an astounding auction price of $1.43 million, cementing its iconic status. Why is the Challenger RT Convertible legendary? It's all about the performance. The Hemi engine is known for its raw power, and when paired with that 4-speed manual transmission, the driving experience was unmatched. The power this car unleashed on the road was a testament to the engineering prowess that went into creating it. But this Challenger wasn't just a powerhouse. It was a statement. The design alone made it stand out from the crowd. Its full-width scoop-like grille and low profile instantly caught attention, while the Coke bottle shape and raised rear fenders hinted at its speed. The rear end featured 2 large rectangular taillights, with the Dodge name displayed proudly on the aluminum panel, completing the car's unforgettable look. Inside, the Challenger RT Convertible didn't disappoint. The special edition package brought leather and vinyl bucket seats, a smaller formal rear window, and an overhead console with 3 warning lights, blending luxury with muscle. The interior was as impressive as the exterior, showcasing a blend of style and comfort that few cars of its time could match. This model's legend wasn't just built on looks or luxury, it had a competitive legacy too. The Challenger RT was built to compete with the Mercury Cougar and Pontiac Firebird, offering 9 different engines and the iconic Shaker hood. The Challenger TA, with its place in the Trans Am series, only added to the car's legendary status. With limited production and a history of racing victories, the Challenger RT Convertible remains one of the most sought-after muscle cars of all time. What do you think? Do these 70s muscle cars deserve more love? Drop a comment, hit like, and don't forget to subscribe for more cool car stories.